have Mattia Rattaggi. He is a fintech advisor and is a member of the board of the Crypto Valley Association. He's also part of the SEBA Crypto Bank project, so he's been doing interesting stuff. He has a PhD in economy and is a former head of regulatory affairs of UBS, which I guess explains the gray hair. Maybe you want to comment on that later. Of course, obviously, these regulatory aspects are central to this whole story. So, Mattia, now you're the guy for the regulatory questions. Can you please explain what is, the framework and, the best practices around this?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Christian. Maybe at this stage I will begin with some more general industry-wide remarks to set the scene. I mean, if you accept, right, this panel is about STOs, if you accept that STOs is a new financial process, then, if I think about how the financial regulation, the traditional world, has managed more or less to strangle, to straitjacket the banks and the financial institution, you will probably be surprised to hear me saying that as far as crypto financial processes are concerned, I personally think that we have to have some more regulation still. I think it comes into two forms. On the one hand, you need some more regulation to provide more clarity to the actors in the industry. And also this is needed to allow the institutional investors to come into the game. On the other hand, I take a regulatory view that is quite broad usually, and I say that even at the level of the market infrastructure, we probably need some more regulation in the sense of regulated entities. So we do need regulated crypto banks, we do need regulated crypto exchanges as a way of having this market going. Now, fortunately, we can be happy to live in 2019 because I think that this year is going to be an year that we will remember. We will probably have the first crypto banks licensed and also the first crypto exchanges. Once this is done, I think we have, the boy or the girl, whatever sex you can attribute to the crypto industry that began to work, right? And I think with this structure in place, the boy or the girl will run.
All right. Well, thank you. Discussing, you've mentioned exchanges, and I guess there is a panel. The discussion about the exchanges is an ongoing one, and I think it's safe to say that this is sort of one of the missing pieces in the overall market design, let's say. Mattia, what do you see moving on in this? You've mentioned it already in your quick introduction. What do the exchanges? What role do they play, the exchanges, and where do you see them coming, or when? Maybe it's the.
Yeah. It's really, I truly believe in the last speaker pointed out essential elements. I mean, the exchange or the availability of exchanges is really the most important missing piece, in my view, for the STO market to take off. And I'm glad that I see projects being put together in a serious way. But it goes back to the fundamental drivers of the STOs. I mean, an STO at the end of the day combines technology development, which is not reversible. So I've never seen technological developments be reversed, frankly, in history, with the key drivers that you need for a market to work. So the price discovery mechanism is made up of, on the one hand, atomistic parts, which the tokenization will give us. On the other hand, on the liquidity, the ability to transact at highest rhythm these parts. And that point is the point about the exchanges. Yeah. I think what I see right now, there are projects, but it is still not clear how you can combine them. It looks like projects that are done in vitro, in themselves, how you can then combine to get to a bigger market. There are technical aspects that come into play, how they concretely work. So there is still ground to catch up there, but important is that we move out from this unregulated field, and we get into exchanges and constructs that are fully regulated.